you remember Ben 10, that kid with the alien watch who marked our childhood? Over the years, Ben changed his voice, his style, and even his face. In this video, we'll go through every version of Ben 10, from the first series back in 2005 to his most recent appearances. I'll include the animated shows and even the live-action movies that many people didn't even know existed. Ben 10, 2005 to 2008. It all began in the summer of 2005, when a 10-year-old boy changed the fate of the universe just by looking at his watch. Ben Tennyson is an ordinary kid who, during a summer trip with his cousin Gwen and Grandpa Max, finds a mysterious alien device, the Omnitrix.
Get off me! Get off! Get off!
This gadget latches onto his wrist and lets him transform into 10 different aliens, each with unique abilities: speed, strength, fire, invisibility, and more. The show was created by the group Man of Action and became an instant hit on Cartoon Network. What really hooked audiences was the perfect mix of action, humor, sci-fi, and family drama.
What are you doing here?
I go here now. My dad just got a new job in Bellwood.
Oh, man.
It wasn't just a kid fighting monsters. It was a kid learning to be responsible despite his impulsiveness and immaturity. The animation was traditional 2D with a serious tone, dark backgrounds, and a comic book-like aesthetic. Here, Ben wore his classic white t-shirt with black stripes, green cargo pants, and sneakers. His hairstyle was simple, and his attitude was that of a mischievous kid who suddenly has a galactic responsibility. That duality is what made him so popular. Ben 10, Race Against Time, live action, 2007. This was the first live-action adaptation released directly for television. It starred Graham Phillips as Ben in a story that continues the original series timeline. In the movie, Ben returns to his hometown after summer vacation, but his normal life is quickly interrupted by a new villain, Eon, a time-traveling enemy with dark powers who wants to use the Omnitrix for his own plans. The film had a limited budget, and that shows in the special effects and alien designs, which now may seem pretty basic. But for its time, it was a bold move.
Oops.
Cartoon Network rarely ventured into live action back then. Despite the criticism, the movie performed well in terms of ratings, paving the way for 2 more live action productions down the line. Ben 10, Alien Force, 2008 to 2010. The story jumps forward in time. Ben is now 15 years old and had left the Omnitrix behind, trying to live a normal life. But when Grandpa Max disappears, he's forced back into heroism, this time with Gwen, who now controls magic and energy, and his former enemy Kevin, who joins the team. This shift marked a huge turning point. The story became darker, with more complex villains like the Aliens and the Hybrid. The universe expanded significantly, introducing new alien species, cosmic threats, and secrets about the Omnitrix. The design also changed a lot. Characters look taller with sharper facial features and a more stylized animation style. Ben now wears a green jacket with white stripes, blue pants, and black sneakers. His hairstyle is more detailed and his body more developed, fitting for his age. He's no longer an impulsive kid. He's a leader in the making. The Omnitrix now has a more advanced interface and new aliens like Echo, Goop, Jet Ray, and Humongosaur. Plus, Ben doesn't transform by accident anymore. He has much better control over his powers. Ben 10, Alien Swarm, live action, 2009. 1 year after Alien Force, Cartoon Network gave live action another shot, this time with a more mature tone and better designed aliens. In this movie, Ben Tennyson is 15 years old and still uses the Omnitrix to protect Earth. The plot centers on a new threat. A group of aliens known as the Aliens are trying to invade the planet. Ben, Gwen, and Kevin must stop the invasion, facing an enemy much larger than it seems. This time, Ben was played by Ryan Kelly, an actor with a more serious and mature presence. The film tried to match the tone of Alien Force, showing a more strategic and determined version of Ben. Compared to the first movie, the effects were much better. The aliens looked more defined, and the overall tone was more serious. It moved away from childish humor and leaned more into a sci-fi movie aimed at teenagers. Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, 2010 to 2012. Just when we thought the Omnitrix couldn't get any more powerful, the Super Omnitrix, or Ultimatrix, was born, and the aliens evolved to a whole new level. This series picks up right after Alien Force. Ben now has full control over the new Omnitrix, which evolves into the Ultimatrix, a device that not only lets him transform into aliens, but also into their ultimate forms.
But the new rig comes with some extras. Ultimate Swamp Fire!
The show dives into more serious intergalactic threats, moral conflicts, and the burden of having such power. We see Ben face villains like Agregor and Vilgax, but also deal with deeper personal struggles. The animation follows the same style as Alien Force, but with more energy effects, lights, and visual details. The Ultimate Aliens have much more complex, futuristic designs. Ben still wears his green and black jacket, now with slight design tweaks. His heroic nature becomes more solid, and though he's still impulsive at times, he's a lot more calculated now. Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens, CGI animated, 2012. In 2012, a special film came out for longtime fans. Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens, a fully CGI animated adventure. In this story, Ben Tennyson, still 11 years old, faces new alien threats while discovering new powers and aliens for his Omnitrix. The movie connects the original series to Ben 10 Omniverse and is part of the official franchise canon.
By giving them a new target.
The CGI animation is high quality and keeps the spirit of the classic 2D series, but with more dynamic movement and visual effects. This made the transformations and battles look much more spectacular and fluid. Ben keeps his classic look. Even though he's a younger version here, he's introduced to new aliens, some exclusive to this film, that expand his abilities. Ben 10 Omniverse, 2012 to 2014. This marked one of the biggest changes in the franchise. In this series, we follow a 16-year-old Ben, now more confident and sarcastic, who teams up with a new partner, Rook Blanco, a disciplined rookie plumber. The narrative alternates between two timelines: the younger Ben, 11 years old, right after the original series, and the current teenage Ben. The biggest change was the visual style. Everything was redesigned. Characters had more cartoonish looks with thick outlines, big eyes, and exaggerated movements.
I want forearms. Do you hear me? Forearms! I don't want gray matter. I don't want nanomech.
The animation was more colorful and fluid, resembling modern comics. The backgrounds were brighter, and the aliens got fresh new designs. Ben now wears a black shirt with green details, has longer hair, and shows more exaggerated expressions. His attitude is cockier and funnier. The Omnitrix also changed design. It's now shinier and flashier. Ben 10 Animated Reboot, 2016 to present. This reboot brings back 10-year-old Ben Tennyson with a more colorful, simplified, and dynamic style. The story goes back to the idea of a kid finding the Omnitrix and starting his adventures, but with shorter episodes made to be more accessible to new generations. The animation style is clean digital 2D, very vibrant with soft lines and more rounded characters. It's more cartoonish and expressive, making emotions easy to read for young kids and newcomers. Ben wears a neon green shirt with a black stripe, shorts, and sneakers. His attitude is fun, curious, and super energetic, returning to the mischievous kid that everyone remembers. Ben 10 vs. the Universe, the movie, 2020 animated film. In 2020, the first animated movie based on the reboot arrived, bringing an epic story with cosmic enemies and great challenges for Ben. In this movie, Ben must stop an alien villain who threatens to destroy the universe. The plot is deeper and more dramatic, exploring Ben's courage and growth as a hero. The movie keeps the same style as the 2016 reboot, but with higher quality animation, more detailed backgrounds, and spectacular visual effects for the battles and alien transformations. Ben keeps his neon green shirt and shorts, but with more detail in shadows and lighting to give it a more cinematic touch. His personality is shown as more mature, though he's still the same brave and fun kid. Ben 10 in 2025. In 2024, one of the saga's own creators, Duncan Rouleau, openly spoke about his interest in creating a more adult version of Ben 10, with deeper plots, emotional, and even social themes, something similar to what Marvel does with its heroes. He also clarified that if they come back with something new, it wouldn't be a direct continuation, but a modern reimagining of the whole story. And well, this is how Ben 10 has evolved over the years, from the classic serious style of 2005 through the teenage versions to the cartoonish reboot. Which one was your favorite version? Did you like the live-action movies, or do you prefer the animated ones? Leave it in the comments. Give it a like if you also dreamed of having an Omnitrix, and subscribe for more nostalgia-filled videos.